So welcome to the Gunman Insta Live. Tonight got a really exciting one. We have got a guy who has just come fresh off of his Misfits debut. He was brucking man up in Newcastle on Misfits 18 on the 14th of September. He got a bit unlucky, didn't come out with the victory, but we're going to have a chat with this man and find out about the experience, find out what went wrong. He got poleaxed and didn't get the victory that he wanted, but there's weight classes for a reason. The guy was just huge. He was a man mountain. So, yeah, we got Big Tobz coming on tonight. He had a really lively fight at the weekend. Yes, the Pester superstar, my guy. Love that guy. Good to see him on. So we're going to get Big Tobz on as soon as he comes in. Ask some questions, my people. Don't be afraid. It can't just be my questions. It can't just be the Gunman questions. Let's get your questions in. Ask him what it's like. How do you get on Misfits? Questions like that. Anything you want to ask, let's ask him. All right. Okay, let's get my brother on. Big Tobz, my ladies and gentlemen. Big Tobz.
Yeah, see you saying, bro.
Hey, Big Tobz.
See you good, yeah?
Mate, I wish I was as good as you look. You always look sharp.
I appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it, man.
That barber of yours goes in deep. I don't know who that brother is, but he goes in deep.
Bro, you gotta believe in your barber, man. You gotta believe in your barber, bro. We say though, you good, yeah?
Listen, yeah, I'm good. Thank you so much for coming on the Gunman Insta Live. It is an absolute pleasure, an honor to have you on. In fact, your fight of the weekend was pure entertainment. Anyone who's joining the live, this is Big Tobz. Make sure you're following Gunman Boxing. I'm interviewing great fighters all the time of all levels so they can share their journey with the fight fans. But Big Tobz, for anyone that does not know this guy in the boxing scene, has to get to know this guy. He fought on Misfits. He's just had his Misfits debutant. He's a Misfits debutant. He fought on the Newcastle show. A huge fight against a massive man mountain. Gave a great account of himself. You were like a Santander account with a high interest rate. You gave such a great account of yourself. You know, the odds were stacked against you in terms of physique and size, but you really did put up a fantastic show. This is Big Tobz, ladies and gentlemen. So let's just talk about that. Let's just talk about that fight first and foremost. It was on Saturday. You came up against Kells. I think it was fair to say you were poleaxed in the end in round 3, but up till then you was pretty much in control. Can we get your thoughts on it, please?
Yeah, man. You know what it is? I knew going into the fight that there was gonna be the whole size thing. He's taller and he's bigger and stuff, but I believed that I'd be able to outbox him. Do you know what I'm saying? I actually thought that he was gonna get tired before me, and I thought, I'm gonna use that. But I think by the third round, because I'd slipped so much times, I'm constantly moving to make sure he can't set his feet.
Yeah.
The third round, like I think I slipped. I think he done a backhand and I slipped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you about your falling over in a minute, actually.
Yeah, I'll talk about that still. But yeah, when I got up from that now, I was tired. And when you're tired, your brain kind of switches off. And that's the thing about heavyweight boxing. You switch off for 1 second and get caught with a shot. And then all that good work you've done goes out the window. Do you know what I'm saying?
Spot on.
He got me with a shot. And then, yeah, man, I got up. But yeah, the ref made the right decision to say, you know what? It's done. Do you know what I'm saying?
How long was your camp for that fight?
Let me be real with you, yeah. I didn't really camp for it. It's a weird one because so every Saturday I go boxing training, just to be fit and to box, right?
Yeah.
So when this fight got announced, I got told like about a month before, or whatever. I started linking Luke, who lives in Watford, maybe 2 times a week. But because he lives in Watford and then he had a Misfits fight 2 weeks prior, so he was away for a bit. I didn't really get a chance to really do camp mode like that. But I was already semi-conditioned. Do you know what I'm trying to say? That's why I went into the fight, because I thought, you know, yeah, I'm still conditioned enough to get into the fight. But I didn't really have a serious camp, but I was just kind of still training, just trying to sharpen up what I already know. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, listen, I've seen Luke's just jumped into the live, and I'm going to try and bring him in. Luke, I'd love to bring you in a little bit later, just to bring you a coach perspective in. With fantastic if we can get him on. So I'll try and bring him in later. So if you just request to join, Luke, if you are there, and then I'll bring you in when the time is perfect. But I just want to go through the fight, breaking it down. I mean, first and foremost, they call you Big Tobz, but you look like Little Tobz. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? They call you Big Tobz. I was thinking, look, you look like Little Man's in there compared to that guy. So how did you prepare for, you know, his range, his size, and were you sparring big guys like that?
Yeah, no, I sparred a few taller opponents and bigger opponents. Again, man, like with Tobz, I didn't know exactly what to expect. It's like I knew that I'll be able to box better than him, but I just didn't know what to expect. But for me, it's like size doesn't really faze me. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, it's more so like if I do what I need to do. For example, a big man like that, you just have to make sure he doesn't sit. That's why for all the rounds I kept on moving. But like when you're moving for 3 minutes for all those rounds, you're slipping, you're holding that weight. Yeah. Eventually you're gonna get tired, you know what I'm trying to say? So my plan was to keep moving, pop the jab here and there, counter him where I can, and you know what I'm trying to say? But obviously the third round I got unlucky and I didn't move to the right. I did a lazy counter jab and then like I just kind of just switched off and that was it, innit? But that was my plan, to beat someone like that, do you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Well, your style was very irky jerky, which I think was needed. You know, loads of feints going in, feinting with your front foot. You started beautifully, to be honest with you. You boxed really beautiful. You look like the technician in there. Loads of foot feints, hands in good positions, and then you knocked this guy down with what, like you just said, a counter two. You know, actually broke him up with a counter two. You know, like, you know, knocked him down, like laid him out like a picnic blanket. And at that point, you're probably hoping, listen, man, don't get up, and then I'm going to go home and I'm going to look good.
Well, when I knocked him down, because I was kind of shocked. I'm like, bro, because he's not an easy guy to drop, you know what I'm saying? He's a big guy. So when I knocked him down, like, to be honest with you, when I knocked him down, I was still kind of gassed, didn't it? Like, that's why you saw in the video. I'm jumping around, so I'm thinking, I'm thinking gassed, in it, you know what I'm trying to say? So when I knocked him down, I was thinking, please don't get up, man. But I was even thinking, when you get up, I just hope he ain't got the energy to, like, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, props to him, because he got up and he just turned into Super Saiyan. He just, like, it's like he was on the floor and then he just had some vision or something and he just got up and, yeah, man, do you know what I'm saying? But I was hoping he stayed down.
I know. I think everyone was hoping he weren't going to, you know, for your sake, that he weren't going to get up, because it would have been it would have been a sick finish. Imagine that. Exactly. Round one, you take that guy out like that. Would have been beautiful. So the brother gets up. Why did you not just jump straight on him? You didn't just rush in. Why did you not just smell blood and go for it?
I think this comes down to experience, man. I feel like when he got up, there was bare things in my mind. I was like, okay, cool. I can kind of rush in and try and finish it, but I've got 3 more rounds left. So if I flop, I don't want to use all my energy, and I don't want to get counted. He's got a bigger reach. He's still a big body in front of me. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So. Obviously, from the outside looking in, it's easy to look and be like, yeah, you should have done this. But when you're in there, you don't feel the same. Do you know what I'm saying? You don't feel like you've got opportunities that you thought that you've got when you look from the outside, didn't it? Do you know what I'm saying? So I think when I was there, I was trying to wait for the spot and not rush in at the same time and waste this opportunity, and it backfired on me. So, but looking back, I know I should have just went all in, body, overhead. I should have done all that. But you live and you learn, man. It's experiences, man. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, someone's written in the comments, bro got banged, but that same guy, if he was in the ring, he would have got banged too. So, you know, like, you got to get in, you know, you can't knock mans for getting in there and giving it their all. Now, listen, it looked like you didn't rush in because you was wary of his power. So from the outside point of view, a fan looking in, it looked like you didn't rush in because you were wary that he's still powerful.
Yeah, 100%.
Would you say that? Yeah.
That's definitely part of it, because you're overthinking these things. You're thinking, okay, cool, I can rush in, but then I've got to be careful at the same time. And do you know what I mean? So, and he's a powerful guy, so I'm thinking if he does counter me, then I might be F, do you know what I'm trying to say? So yeah, it's definitely a thing that you overthink. But again, that's like, it comes with experience, man. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it comes with experience. And also, I think I didn't believe in myself enough to know that I could finish the job. A lot of people was like, when he got up, like, he was nervous. He was kind of like, he wasn't all there. But I didn't see that.
No, his hands were really low. Yeah, his hands were really low all of a sudden.
Exactly. I didn't notice that he's still a tall guy. So I'm not seeing that his hands are low and stuff like that. I'm still shocked. And I'm still like, adrenaline rush and that. So it's all these things in it. But again, as I said, man, you live and you learn, man. And
the other thing that you don't see as well, Big Tobz, is first thing I did was I looked at the clock and thought, how long has he got to get him out of there? But you don't see that. And I remember looking and thinking, I think it was just over 30 seconds. So I was thinking, jumping him.
Yeah.
You know, but you don't have that luxury of that time. And sometimes you can't hear your corner. So yeah, you didn't quite manage to get him out of there. And then you started second round. Listen, you were in total control. You were like the woman in the relationship type of control. You know what I mean? Anything you were saying was going.
Yeah.
How did it all unravel for you? Was it just, did you get hurt just before that? It looked like you got hurt just before that. I think it was a right hand just before that. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, I'll be real with you. Like, I can't even remember what shot hurt me or what shot stung me, but I feel like it was just exhaustion, man. I feel like the amount of times I slipped, getting yourself back up, that's more tiring than I thought. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and again, when you're constantly moving and you're slipping, getting up, and then obviously, because he's not an orthodox fighter, he's quite unorthodox. It's like he's throwing his hands so randomly that I'm just getting hit with like random shots, accidental shots. You know what I'm saying? And those kind of things kind of affect you as well. You know what I'm saying? So maybe before that, I might have got hit on something that kind of just maybe took me off point a bit. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like when you're in there, you don't even know what's happening. You're just there, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? So when you watch it back and you're like, okay, this happened.
Yeah, no, I get that. Yeah, when you watch it back, you can always pick yourself and go, oh God, you know.
100%.
You know, you can get a little bit annoyed that you should have done this, and it's easy, like you were saying. We've got when you see it, I don't like to see bad comments in here. We very rarely get them, to be honest with you, because people that come in and watch these lives are purists and guys that enjoy the sport. And anyone who hasn't been in there, I've been in there 11 times, and I've done 11 camps, and that's not a lot, but I know what it takes to get in the ring. I've been knocked down and I've had to get up myself. So I know all of these feelings that you've gone through, and I can relate to exactly what you've gone through, to be honest with you. Now, the commentator said, I think it was Mams Taylor that said the bigger they are, the harder they fall.
Yeah.
But also the bigger they are, the harder they hit. Was he really powerful, or was the power not troubling you up to then? It didn't look like it could hit you, really.
No, like it didn't. Like, you saw the fight, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, there was no part of the fight where I was like under pressure or like I was kind of overpowered, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, he's definitely stronger than me physique-wise, 100% stronger than me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, I feel like I didn't really give him a chance to really get the shots up. Apart from that one shot, I didn't really give him a chance, so I didn't really get to see his power too much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. The shot that landed, let's talk about the shot that landed. And I'm sorry to bring it out because you're probably trying to forget about it. But your feet were slightly too close together. And that, when you see fighters turn when they get hit, you know, actually physically turn like you did, it's usually because your foot placement is incorrect and that your feet were a bit close together. And so the shot really turned you and jolted you and took your bearings away from you. Could you have continued?
My pride would have said yes, but as I said, the ref made the right decision, because my pride would have been like, no. That's why I got up in the first place. I was like, no, do you know what? Yeah, like, you see me, I've tried to get up, I've gone on the rope. I'm like, no, I'm getting up. Like, do you know what I'm saying? But I feel like if I continued then, I would have been so tired and fatigued that if he hit me with another one, I probably wouldn't want to look like this right now. I'll probably be like injured or hurt. Do you know what I'm saying? But I left there unhurt. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like the ref made the right decision to be like, you know, just cool it off now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So the game plan really was like pepper in, move, pepper in, move. And then you just basically got tired because you didn't look tired. I'm going to give you some serious credit here. You didn't look tired. You didn't miss it.
I'm good at that still. I'm good at that. Yeah,
you didn't miss a step, though, or you didn't miss a step, or hands ridiculously low. The signs of a tired guy. I sit wrong side quite a lot commentating. You always see the big deep, inhale when someone's under the cosh, and you didn't show any signs of fatigue. If I'm honest with you, let's talk about let's talk about the weigh-in. Sorry, Big Tobz. Let's talk about the weigh-in. Now, it was tasty. It was lively. He put hands on you. Can you just tell us about the weigh-in itself? And was there genuine beef there?
No, it wasn't. Like I've known Tobz for like 4 years, innit? Like, to be fair, in January, I was like chatting to Mams, like, yo, I got a guy called Tobz that wants to jump on Misfits. Not for me, for himself, innit? So there was never no bad blood between me and Tobz. But it's like, so for the weigh-in, obviously we weighed in. I was looking at his chin, he was looking at my head. Obviously the height difference is mad, you get what I'm trying to say. And then obviously he tried to do the flinch thing. Obviously I didn't flinch, so I felt like he felt a bit embarrassed.
Yeah.
So he had to do something to kind of make up for that, do you know what I'm saying? So he put his hands on me, whatever. So obviously I put my hands back and then it was a little grapple.
Yeah.
I mean, it was real, but it's like, we're not gonna fight, do you know what I'm trying to say? We're not gonna actually, we can't, do you know what I'm saying? We got to fight on Saturday, but the emotions and the competitiveness and at the same time, you've got to fight to showcase and to sell. So we're just going through the motions and just going with it. So I was just going with emotions, man. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't expecting him to put his hands on me, though. I'm not going to lie to you, man.
Yeah. I mean, listen, there's a couple of things that you can't do to a brother in a face-off. One is spit in their face. Two, talk about their mum. And three is put hands on them. And he put hands on you, in your face. Not hands like... He put a hand in your face, you know what I mean? And you can't allow that, you know what I mean? So... I don't know. Do you have any regrets about how the build-up unfolded with that?
Yeah, no. I even said to Tobz, like, bro, I'm not gonna lie, bro, like, you took it too far, because for me, like, for example, like, there's certain things that if he went fighting, you can't get away with doing. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, and I feel like he kind of got carried away in the whole happened to sell the fight, happened to do this and that to build up to it. But I was trying hard not to let it get to me too personally, because that's probably part of his game plan as well. Do you know what I'm saying? So I tried to keep it a level of like, all right, cool, but Saturday night we go. Do you know what I'm saying? But there was times where like I was like, you know what I'm saying? It's a hard one, man. You're trying to not make it that. Like, you're not trying to turn it into that, because we're just trying to
certify
and stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? But it's like, I feel like he took things a bit too, like, you didn't have to do that. Like, you didn't have to do that and do the most. But
did it get under your skin at all?
I tried not to make it. To be fair, like, that part there was the only time I actually felt a bit pissed, but I had to control myself. I felt a bit pissed because I was thinking, like, don't put your hands on my face.
In man's face, in man's face,
you know
like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you know what I mean? So it was one of them ones I'm like, and I can't, like, it's a hard one, man. It's a hard one, man.
It's a hard one, isn't it? But you said to him then, I think you were saying, like that's it. Your team ain't going to be with you now. You're getting it. You know, it seemed like it bothered you. Let me see if I can get your coach in. Let me see if I can get Luke in. I'm not sure if he's in here, but if he is, Luke, if you are in here, it'd be great to get a coach perspective. I'd love just to chat with the fight fans just about things like game plan, the camp, or the not so camp, the continuous camp, and stuff like that.
You'll tell you what it was like, man.
Yeah. No, that'd be great to hear about that. Listen, if you're an upcoming influencer, you're a content creator, and there's millions of them wanting to get on Misfits, mainly due to the money that's being paid. Maybe not because they really love boxing so much, or they're not. They're not boxing purists and fighting men. If I hate to say that, but they're not. What would be your advice for someone young, upcoming? How to get onto Misfits?
To get onto Misfits is a bit techie, man. Like how I got into Misfits. To be fair, big up Luke and big up my boy Glenn, because they kind of put me on the radar with Mams from quite early, like from like 2 years ago. Like, he spoke to Mams, I've got a guy, rare. So me and Mams has kind of been in contact. Like, Mams has actually hit me up about 2 or 3 fights prior to this. One, I think the guy ended up putting out or something, and then the other one I was abroad. Do you know what I'm saying? So Mams has been kind of keeping me on the radar, and I said to Mams, yeah, bro, listen, when there's opportunity to get on Misfits, like, keep me in mind. And he said, Tobz, definitely I'm going to get you in there. So I think it's just relationships, having that relationship, building up your profile as well, and all that kind of stuff in it. But I don't really know how else to get on Misfits, man. I kind of got privileged with the situation I was in.
So it's more of a connection thing. If you're a young guy Because a lot of these guys are fighting on smaller hall shows, trying to get noticed. You know, trying to go to Misfits. I mean, one of the things that's being said. Hey, there he is. Yes. Now, brilliant to have you on. For those that do not know, this is the main man, the calculator, the man who works everything out.
Boy, I got that fucking calculator, innit?
This is Luke Groves, ladies and gentlemen. This is Luke Groves. Sorry, we were just talking about how to get on Misfits if you're a young, a young fighter looking to, make waves. And basically, it's connections, isn't it? That's what we're sort of saying.
Yeah, mate. I was lucky enough to get into Misfits 3 years ago, and yeah, it was. I'm started ever since Tobz. Like, it's a blessing. It's so to know the people in Misfits that you do. Some people would give their right arm for right now.
Quite a lot of people think you can just turn up to Misfits, punch someone in the face, or cause a ruckus, and you'll get on. Is that unfair to say?
Yeah, it's content, man. Like, it's content. You've got to find your niche and find what you're good at, and create content, and keep shoving it out there, and hopefully you get noticed.
Now, there's two things that I really need to know from you, Luke, that the fight fans need to know. One is, what was the game plan going into Saturday? And the second thing is, where does Big Tobz get that fresh trim from? His trim is always so deep.
Oh, mate.
So what was the game plan? What was the game plan Saturday? You had this big, massive.
Saturday, we knew he was a big man, and I knew Tobz was a better boxer. So it was just stand away from that right hand. That's all it was. I said, look, if you feint, use your feint, creep in with your feet, keep touching his guard, keep moving to your right, you're going to be all right. And the first round, it worked perfect.
Yeah.
Second round it worked good, but the danger was always going to be if we got too close to him, because he was wild. He wasn't a box, he's wild. So there was crazy shots being thrown. He was dragging him around and chucking him on the floor. It was a big weight difference. But the pullback straight right, it worked the treat, as you saw.
Yeah.
He was down.
Beautiful.
But it was, and what. I'm not mad at him at all, because he boxed with instructions and he boxed perfectly. The only thing I'm upset about is 24 hours before that, I said to him, if he goes down and he's dazed or he's on the rope, there's one thing you do, and we practiced it in a fucking car park over and over again. I said, you run at him and you throw these 2 shots. But the thing is, with it, when you're in there, it's totally different.
Yeah.
So I can't be mad at him. Do you know what I mean? Like, you've been there yourself. I've been in there myself. It's all right talking outside the ring, but when you're in there, it's just a different ball game.
Yeah. Were you? Sorry, Big Tobz. I know I've asked you a few of these questions, but I wanted just to get a coach's point of view. Were you hollering at him to try and run in and finish him after he got the knockdown off the count of 2? A beautiful shot. The big brother gets up, and you must be going, "Oh, God's sake, we've got to go again."
No. Like, whether he heard me or not, I was shouting finishing, because one more shot would have ended it.
Yeah. Were you disappointed that he didn't? Were you disappointed that he didn't put the foot on the accelerator at that point?
No, because I think that's an experience as a man that you find out about yourself. I know he won't make the same mistake twice. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not mad at that. That's something that he had to learn as a man in there. Like, listen, that's probably the first person he ever put down in the ring, or maybe it may be in life. I don't know. But when you do it, you give up fucking hell, and then you got that massive adrenaline dump with it as well. So like,
he was enjoying it, wasn't he? He was admiring his own work.
Yeah, and too right as well, because that shot,
beautiful,
was a lucky shot. Like, we worked on that shot for weeks. Like, obviously we had a short camp, but that shot was played for weeks, and he timed it to perfection, and it fucking worked.
Yeah.
And like I said to you, but you got to remember as well, if he boxed someone more around, he's a heavyweight, but there's got to be some sort of sensible matchmaking. So if he boxed someone around his weight, they're not getting up from that. Yeah,
he's in that horrible sort of weight category, isn't he? Where it's almost like bridger weight, they're calling it now. He's in that horrible sort of 97 to 100 kg where.
Yeah, but he'll drop weight. He drops weight quite easy, so he'll drop weight. We're going to put a good structure together, moving forward. And then I'm saying now he's probably going to be at 9 times out of 10 back out in January.
Beautiful, brilliant.
So we'll get back in the gym probably the next couple of weeks, and then just make sure. Look, he's ready to go. Like I said, that the man was just too big. But also as well, remember, like I think to everyone, Kells didn't win it. We lost it ourselves.
Yeah. Why did you not have a structured camp from what Big Tobz is telling us? As in, you know, like here's a 10-week camp.
The thing is with Misfits, right? And anyone who wants to get on Misfits, you've got. It's like amateur boxing. There's no camp. You've got to stay ready. It's a lifestyle because I can get the phone call from Mams say, "Have you got anyone in 2 weeks' time?" And I've learned it's no different to amateur boxing. Like we're not like with Tobz, we're not there yet where it's like, oh yeah, we can pick when we fight. So and again, it's a learning curve. But I knew he had really good boxing IQ, he had good boxing abilities. So I know he'll be all right in there. The only danger is going to be if he switches off, gets tired, and he gets caught with the right hand, which fucking he did. Yeah. But that's the only danger. So we know now that I know 9 times out of 10 out in January to start training properly mid-October time, like properly.
Is he a good listener?
Yeah. Like he's open to new things. He tries new things. He's open to doing it new ways. Do you know what I mean? It's a two-way street there. If he doesn't feel comfortable, he'll tell me, and I'll say, okay, so let's work on something. Let's communicate. You know what I mean? Because there's things like when you work with your fighters as a coach, there's still things that you learn as a coach. Because not everyone moves the same. Not everyone's as flexible as each other. Not everyone, it's different strengths, different weaknesses.
Big Tobz, should boxing coaches win belts?
Should boxing coaches win belts?
Yeah.
Or what is it like after winning that?
Yeah, the fighters get all the accolade, but this guy, you put your life in this man's hands.
Yeah.
If he gets his game plan wrong, or you're listening, you're going with what he's saying, and he gets it badly wrong, it's you that gets hurt. Should coaches be rewarded the same as fighters should be?
I don't know, man. They get paid, innit? You know what I'm saying? They still get their paid. They get paid. You know what I mean?
Love that. Yeah.
We got to put ourselves out there and risk our lives. You know what I'm trying to say? Obviously, but it's all credit to the coaches. But like, obviously, I think being a boxer, like, is guy in the ring, like, you're really putting your life and your health in a lot of danger, man. You know what I'm saying? Anything can happen in there. You know what I'm saying? So it's a bigger risk. You know what I'm saying?
What does this man do to improve you day in, day out? So when you're with this guy, obviously you go in the gym, you're feeling a bit shit, and you come out of the gym after a workout with this man and you feel amazing. So really he's therapy for you. You know, the training is therapy. What does this...
You know what though? But I'll jump in on that. He's never come in with a bad attitude. Like, he's never come in, like, he's always on point. He never come in with a down day, or he feels like shit, or he knows when it's time to train, he's there to train. But I feel like we're at a point now where if something on his mind, he'll ring me and tell me, because he's going to a fight. So I say, look, anything on your mind, well, let's talk, man. We're brothers now, so we talk. But one thing I'll give him is attitude. It's 10-10.
What about if he has a bad spar? Listen, we've all been there. We've had a bad spar, and you're like, shit, I'm fighting in 3 weeks, and if I fight like that, I'm going to get obliterated. And it's in your mind, and you feel shit. He must have those moments where you're like, oh, why am I here? Everyone's had it.
Yeah, for sure. But I think, again, that comes down to communication from coach to fighter. It's more about, okay, what did I do wrong? Let's watch it back together. Let's pick it apart. So let's pick it apart, dissect it, and let's go again. And make sure the next bar is better than the last bar. And again, it's just 1%.
Do you want to see your man in a rematch, or is going down in weight priority now?
No, going down in weight priority, because I mean he hasn't got a lot to lose to be where he needs to be. Do you know what I mean? And to be fair, with a healthy water cut, he could sort of make that now. So, and he's very strong at that weight as well. But the thing is as well, I'll say to some people, to get on Misfits, sometimes you've got to take risks.
Yeah.
Because, do you know what I mean? And that's, unfortunately, that's the nature of the beast. It's sort of like it's sort of like in the pro game having someone trying to get their name out there, but got to fight a good prospect. And if you beat the prospect, you're flying. Do you know what I mean? But for Kells and Tobz now, they're both pretty cemented in Misfits now, so they're both going their own journeys.
I tell you what is good about Misfits that really goes unnoticed and is unmentioned is you don't have Big Tobz ain't going to get 10 fights fighting nobodies so he can build up to have a good fight. You don't get that in Misfits.
No.
It's just straight in there. Do you know what I mean? And obviously pro boxing, which is where my background is. I've always been following the pro boxing before Misfits. And you see guys just getting padded out until they're 30-0. They go across the pond and fight someone half decent and they get slaughtered. That's been going on for decades in the fight game.
Misfits is real. Like, I just look at it now. It's just like the amateurs.
Yeah,
it really is. Like, you've got to stay ready. And the thing is now, because some of the guys are doing all right and they're making a lot of content, making a bit of money, they actually can be full-time boxers. But you've got a lot of them now, like on the higher end of it, who are fighting for the big money and the big names in it, like your Slim, your Deji, your Ash, Case, like they're all full-time boxers.
But some of them are actually getting technical now. I mean, like, let's be honest, like before it was the standard. I was going to say before the standard was laughable, but now you're actually seeing people like Dean the Great, Joey Knight, Little Cracker, like loads of guys that can actually fight. Salt Pappy, loads of guys in your stable. Let's come on to your stable. It would not be alive without talking about some of the serial killers that you train. Your stable, not only have you got really good human beings in there, but you've got some fighters that are really growing in personality and developing really well from the outside looking in. Who should we be? Obviously, Big Tobz is out in Jan, but who else should we be looking out for?
So my main focus right now is Tobz, Loza, and Jesse. They're my main focus at the moment. I think you can sort of have too many apples in the basket. These are my main three now. And 2025 will be another long year, but a successful year. It's just it's like the first few fights you've got to get out of the way. It's experience, it's learning. But even yourself, like, you're learning about yourself as a human. Getting out of the ring, they're not actually what they thought they are as a man.
I think it takes 5 fights before you actually work it out what you're doing in there, if you ask me. Like in terms of like breathing, composure, not loading up every shot. All these things that you see in beginner boxing, isn't it? Trying to punch every punch 100. When you can just touch.
I think the best way to get sort of the closest to that is you've got to go around other gyms sparring. That's the closest thing you get to. You've got to go to them real dark gyms, like for us personally, like in London, where they don't know you. You get in the ring with them. That's the best place you're going to get that sort of experience.
Yeah, absolutely.
I actually think going to other gyms sparring is harder than the fight, and the reason why is the whole atmosphere is different.
Yeah.
There's no referee in that spar.
Yeah, it's nervy.
Things are happening. Yeah, things are happening. You're not welcome in that gym.
Yeah, 100%.
Things happen in sparring where normally a ref would sort of jump in. So you find out about yourself more. So I do think sometimes going to other gyms and dark gyms where you're not really welcomed until you get in the ring and earn your respect is a lot better than actually fighting. Yeah,
absolutely. Couple of quick fire questions for you, Big Tobz, before we shoot off. Luke, thanks so much for coming on. Stay on though, but just a couple of quick. But I'm saying thanks for coming on. But yeah, Big Tobz, couple of quick fires before I let you guys go. Again, as I said, I really appreciate your time. I love speaking with people like you guys, and I always love speaking with you, Luke, because I love your knowledge and how you look after your fighters. Big Tobz, let's get a couple of quick fire questions then. So this weekend we've got Dubois and Joshua, which I'm hoping to be at doing media. Who's going to win that fight, Dubois or Joshua?
Gotta see my guy Philly, man. AJ. Gotta see AJ, man.
How's he get it done?
I reckon a knockout third round.
Oh, you're going early knockout. That's interesting. Early knockout.
That's what I reckon. Yeah, I might even place a bet. I believe so, bro. Trust me, man.
That's big. That's big. Who's your favourite fighter on Misfits? Doesn't have to be from your stable. Who's your favourite to watch?
I'm not gonna lie, it might be Dean the Great, you know. I think Dean the Great's cold, I'm not gonna lie, and he brings a lot of energy and character as well, man. It might be Dean the Great, you know.
Luke, I've got to ask you that as well. I'm afraid I'm gonna have to put you on the spot.
You know what? Mine's got to be Little Cray.
Little Cray is good. He's really good still.
Like, he's a slick southpaw. He works the ring well. He's beautiful. And you know what? He's the nicest kid ever as well.
Big win against Joey Knight as well,
Like,
which is
huge,
huge win.
So what? Who wins Little Cray or Dean the Great? Dean the Great.
Great fight, isn't it?
That's a good fight.
That's a good fight, isn't it? I'm staying on the fence. I'm staying on the fence.
I don't think Little Craig will give Dean the Great the time to set that right out. Well, he does.
That's what I'm saying. That'll be a good fight, bro.
That'd be
very sharp.
Some bangers coming up. They really have.
Yeah, I thought that was the final. I felt that Joey Knight fight against Cray was the one. You know, I thought that whoever was going to win that was going to go on and fight Dean the Great eventually. That was going to be the one, in my opinion. But you may tell me otherwise. Big Tobz, do you want a rematch? I know your coach is sitting there and he says he doesn't want that. so I'll let you get in trouble with him later. If you could have a rematch with this brother down the line, do you want to see that happen again?
You know, maybe down the line. You know, maybe down the line. I mean, for me now, I've done it in it, so I kind of want to maybe change weight, like, or you know, I've done it in it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think. Maybe down the line. Do you know what I'm saying? Could revisit just so I can just get my W back from you. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, because obviously I know I can beat him. Just from the first fight, I know that I can beat him. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, maybe down the line, man. Maybe down the line.
Hardest puncher in Luke's gym, Tobz?
Probably me, man.
Fuck off.
Probably me, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's probably me still.
Hardest sparring partner.
He's the hardest puncher in your gym, Lee.
The guy you got caught by.
Jace.
You know you done a funny dance.
Jace got a good little right hook still.
He's a big number. He's another lad. He's like 110 kilos.
110.
Yeah.
Hardest sparring partner in Luke's gym, Big Tobz.
To be honest, I don't think I've really had too much spars in like more technical stuff in Luke's gym. I've had more spars outside.
Yeah, took them away.
To really say, do you know what I'm saying? Like, I've not really had anyone crazy in Luke's gym to spar like that because it's more technical learning from each other. So
yeah, we've had hard spars. We've got to have a gym.
Yeah.
And lastly, Big Tobz, just on your coach, would you say Luke is more technical and more technical tactician or more fitness based training? Like conditioning, fitness and conditioning based.
I think with me it's more technical, more mastering what we're gonna do. This is the strategy. Let's work on this. Like this is the fight we're going into. So this, like for example, the shot that I knocked Kells down with, Luke made me train that shot a lot, and I've done it without even planning to do it. I just done it. So I think he's more strategic on. Okay, this is the fight we got. This is what we need to do. So I'll say technical. Do you know what I'm saying? With myself,
Yeah, brilliant. Listen, it's been wonderful to have you guys on. I won't take too much more of your time. I really hope to pop down to your gym soon, Luke. It'd be great to come down and interview a few of the guys, maybe do a little documentary on the gym or something. That would be ideal. Yeah, I'd love to spend some more time with you guys. Listen, thank you very much for coming on. Big Tobz, respect you, brother. You put on a serious event for everyone. You're a winner for the entertainment that you gave us all on Saturday, regardless. Take it easy, my guys. Bless up. Take it easy, champs. That was absolutely brilliant. That was absolutely brilliant. Really good Insta Live. Really good watch along, I hope. I see a few comments in the chat about interviewing people with criminal convictions, which I must answer because I interview bare knuckle fighters, I interview no rules fighters, boxers. I've interviewed loads of different people with convictions that have got colourful pasts. I've had Bernard Hopkins on here, and he has had an unbelievable life. He's been stabbed. He's robbed people. He's done bad things. He's been in jail. But the platform is about giving people freedom of speech. If I only interviewed people with, clean records, then I wouldn't have anyone to interview. So the platform is always about freedom of speech. Anyone is welcome on here. If you've had one fight or you've had 10 fights or you're a world champion, you can come on the Gunman Live and you can come and talk to me and you can let whatever you want off of your chest. It is free to speak. It is free to talk. I appreciate people, their comments and their views, and they are listened to 100%. I hope you guys enjoyed that watch along. Big Tobz, that was Misfits fighter, just been involved in a serious war at the weekend. Did himself proud. Unfortunately, lost in round 3 after knocking his opponent down in round 1. But it was an absolute pleasure to catch up with him, Big Tobz, and his coach, Luke Groves. So listen, thank you very much for tuning in, my people. Come on to the next live. We've got some more exciting lives coming up. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and in positive comments only, please. We are just trying to do our best to support all fighters, all humans, and give them voice and give them recognition. Thank you very much. Enjoy. I hope you enjoyed the live tonight. I love you, my people. Keep on watching. Keep on supporting. Thank you very much.